Welcome back to part 2, IVF Egg Retrieval. This video will go over the IVF Egg Retrieval process, so you'll know exactly what to expect at the doctor. So stay tuned. Welcome to Wannabe Mama. IVF Egg Retrieval Day is finally here. I was so excited and so ready to have the eggs out because then I just feel like my work is done. I was ready to make my babies.
Here's a look at the egg retrieval process so you know what to expect.
I'm just getting ready for bed. I took my pregnals, like my trigger shot, on Saturday night at 6:15 p.m. I don't feel anything at all. No side effects from the pregnal trigger shot. So I'm hoping that even though I don't feel anything, that I am actually ovulating and the shot is doing what it's supposed to do.
Some women at this point, their ovaries are so full that it's very uncomfortable. I've heard of people where it hurts to sneeze because your ovaries are touching. Ouch. Unfortunately for me, I did not respond well to IVF medication and my ovaries were not as big and like full of eggs as they were wanting.
My egg retrieval is tomorrow morning. The appointment is at 6:45 a.m. Unfortunately, there's going to be a huge storm here in Utah. Tomorrow morning is supposed to predict like 6 to 16 inches of snow.
The thing about your egg retrieval is you have to be there at an exact time because when your eggs release from the ovaries, they have to be able to get them at a certain time. It's all based off of timing.
Our plans are to leave at like 5 o'clock in the morning to get there on time, even though it's only 30 minutes away. So I'm just hoping everything turns out.
The morning of your egg retrieval is pretty exciting. We woke up super early to get there on time.
Okay, it's the morning of IVF, egg retrieval. What are your feelings, Andrew? It is like 5 o'clock in the morning. Like for real, it's so early.
Just kidding, I'm up.
Are you excited?
So excited. Corinne was up all night worrying about the 15 inches of snow we're getting.
You're so mean. I get worried, but he's been driving in snow his whole life.
But sometimes, no matter what four-wheel drive you have, if the snow is that deep and the hills are that steep, there's no way you're gonna get up them.
Don't jinx us.
I know, knock on wood. Okay, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Unfortunately, there was a huge snowstorm.
Let's see how much snow there is. Oh my goodness, Mio. Can you guys see that? There's so much snow. Okay, this is why we're leaving an hour and 45 minutes early for the appointment. Oh! He's like, I'm not worried about the snow, and then he can't even get out of the driveway. Holy poop. Take that. Yep. Here we go. It's crazy that there's this many people out at this early in the morning in that of a storm. We made it, and we're headed in.
See if the doctors made it.
I know, for real. The parking lot isn't even plowed. Normally, when you arrive at the clinic,
The wifey will go in to the room and the husband will go in to the sperm collection room and give a fresh sample. But because we're awkward, I asked if I could go in and help my husband because it's just easier and less stressful and probably too much information. Okay.
okay, so this is what I call the sexy room. Here's the leather sofa, and I don't want to like. These are the porno mags, and yeah, it's delightful. Okay, let's get this going.
So once we gave the fresh sample, we went back to the waiting room. Within a couple of minutes, we were called back into the room.
This is everything.
It's literally a medical procedure where they put you to sleep. So they had me undress completely and they had me wear a cute little gown.
That's okay. I think it's just the top part.
Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Hi. Yeah.
Okay, I'm missing my gown. I had to take off my sockies.
Can you show them the butt flap?
Ow, my knee.
and they put an IV in my hand. They have you sit in a little chair. Once they're ready, the anesthesiologist will come in to see if you have any prior issues getting put under anesthesia. And then if everything is ready, they'll lead you in to the egg retrieval room. This part was kind of awkward because the stirrups are like stirrups on steroids. Instead of putting your little heels in it, they have you put like your whole like calf in it. You're like this. Your legs are like up to the nth degree, completely spread open, ready to go. Hello. While they're putting you in the stirrups, the anesthesiologist is like, okay. He started to give me the juice and I was conked out within seconds. When you're out, the doctors will go into your vaginal wall to get the eggs from your ovaries. So they don't go like into your uterus at all. That's why you want to get put under, because it would hurt like a beast if you weren't asleep for this procedure. The whole procedure took probably around like 10 minutes. They brought me back into like the regular room. And while I was coming out of surgery, I heard them say, I think there's only 2 eggs.
I think they only got 2.
They only got 2? That's okay, babe. No stress.
Which, if you guys know this process, not all eggs are viable eggs. And so even if they get 2 out, the odds of both of them being great embryos are very slim. Unfortunately for me, I did not respond well to IVF medication. I was expecting around 4 eggs. After being so sad hearing that I only had 2 eggs, the doctor came in and they're like, oh, I'm sorry. I think we found 3 and possibly a 4th one.
I was crying earlier because I thought I only had 2 eggs. But maybe they found 3 now and maybe a 4th one.
On a funny note, getting put down for surgery makes me like loopy crazy and hilariously laughy.
I ended up having my poopies.
As well as very emotional. I would randomly start laughing
Oh, loopy.
and then hysterically turn it into a cry.
And then the alarm keeps going off because apparently I don't have enough oxygen.
And I told her if she didn't have enough oxygen, I would breathe for her.
Oh, and I'm breathing. I have to breathe a deep breaths like that until it shuts off. There it goes.
The doctor came in and she said, okay, well, we will call you in 2 days and let you know how many eggs were fertilized and how your embryos are doing.
We are now driving home. We were only at the doctor's office. We got there around 6 and we left at like, what time would you say?
Probably 20 minutes ago.
So like 8:30 we left. I get to spend the day laying in bed and sleeping and watching movies.
So I went home kind of hopeful. I'm like, at least maybe we could have like 2 good embryos if they found 4 eggs. I got a call the next day and I found out some really unfortunate news.
There's good news and there's also really bad news. The good news is they probably found the reason why I haven't been able to get pregnant. And that is what the bad news is, which is my eggs aren't mature. So yesterday they took out 4 eggs with my egg retrieval and none of them are mature. They're going to try incubating them for 1 more day to see if they mature. But if they don't, they won't get fertilized. And I just threw away $15,000. Yeah, so that's what's been going on.
One good part about doing IVF, if you're having problems getting pregnant, for me, I was really, really grateful to do IVF because even though it failed miserably, I found out the reason why I wasn't able to get pregnant, and it made the next step of my fertility journey easier to handle.
Today our life took a big turn as we found out that IVF is probably not the best route for us to go as my eggs suck. What they did tell us today is for us to be able to have our own children, it would better be with an anonymous egg donor
a known egg donor or a person who donates their embryos to us. And if we choose to go the anonymous egg donor route, it would be around $31,500. The bright side of that is I would be able to carry the child and it would be half him. But it's just a lot of things to think about right now, and kind of disappointed and sad that my own eggs will never become children. Before, if you told me that I would have to use an egg donor to have my own and carry my own children, it made me sick to my stomach. Ew, no. But because of IVF and knowing that we did everything we possibly could do, was on max dose of medications, was on the human hormone growth shot that was supposed to make these delicious eggs, and it turns out like none of them worked because I have immature follicles. It made knowing that I have to use an egg donor a lot more bearable. My next video was supposed to be, part 3 of my IVF journey, which was embryo transfer. And unfortunately, I had no embryos to transfer. So my next part is what to do if IVF fails. So be sure to keep your eye out for that video. When it's ready, I will link it above. If you guys have any questions about the process, or if you have any fears or something you want to talk about, please feel free to comment below or message me on Instagram and Facebook. I see myself as your sister and I'm here to help you. If you find these videos informative, please feel free to share them with others and subscribe to my channel. I try to give accurate information to help you guys through this process. Thank you for watching Wannabe Mama. Good luck, ladies.